And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to this presentation of Stony Brook Seawolves hockey, live on YouTube here at the rinks in Hauppauge, New York, as the 5-5 and the 5-5 1-1 Seawolves of Stony Brook take on the Drexel Dragons. Michael Andrew here, back and ready to bring you the action with a great friend of mine, Trevor Magnani. Welcome back, my partner in crime, getting ready to do this
you
all
almost
over
didn't
again.
say it again.
It's always going to be that's always going to be the thing.
I'll never beat the allegations, but it's good to be back in the booth. We had a good one for you guys tonight here. Stony Brook University, Drexel University. These are two teams that have very differing records tonight. Drexel hot this year, I believe. Were they 9-3?
Yep, 9-3. That is the third best record right now in the ESCHL division.
Indeed, and that 9-3 record against their opponents has definitely paid off in spades for them, as they've been cruising up the rankings as well with all of those wins. Drexel University currently sitting up at 42 in the national rankings, but they're making some upward movement, and tonight is going to be a bit of a David and Goliath. If you look at the national rankings, Stony Brook sitting up at 27, Drexel down at 42. Obviously, the rankings are going to intend on a Stony Brook favored victory tonight, but as we know, all those numbers don't mean anything. All that matters is what those numbers on the scoreboard say at the end of 60 minutes.
And even though Stony Brook may be the favorites heading into this matchup, I wouldn't quite say that, Trevor, due to the fact that these two teams going head-to-head, Stony Brook has gotten the short end of the stick each time when it seemed like they had the game in the bag. You remember there was a 10-round shootout game we saw a couple of years ago. Last year, Stony Brook had the lead heading into the final 5 minutes, and it all collapsed on them. Drexel taking it home with the victory. And we'll see now if the Seawolves can provide a big bounce back here and get up to 6-5, 1-1.
Indeed, they had this split against Pitt last weekend, and it's obviously a bit of a struggle for the Seawolves this year to kind of get on a consistent winning streak, but there's a lot of good things to talk about on this team. A lot of good scoring opportunity. You've got Nakagawa, who's been lighting it up this season. It's been really exciting to watch this team play, even in the games that they're losing. So,
absolutely. And you mentioned Justin Nakagawa, one of two players averaging a point per game for the Seawolves this season.
The referees have taken the ice here at the rinks in Hauppauge. Soon the lights will come down here, and we'll bring the teams out on the ice here. The teams look great in warm-up. Unfortunately, we don't have the starting lineups here, so we'll be kind of joining it in progress with those as the Seawolves take the ice in just a moment here.
And although we don't have the starters, we can confirm that the captain, Andrew Mancini, is not going to be in the lineup tonight. So a notable absence alongside Kieran and Gately as well for the defense against Drexel for Stony Brook.
A lot of interesting names out of the lineup here for the Seawolves tonight, but a lot of fresh faces, a lot of young faces in the lineup. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out here for the Seawolves. But without further ado, we'll throw it down to Leon Bassett down at ice level here for tonight's starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. These are starting lineups for a game between the Drexel Dragons and the Stony Brook Seawolves. The starters for Drexel: number 24, Brady Dorr; number 5, Adam Levine; number 6, Matt Harris; number 20, Evan Berger; number 18, James Jacobs; and in goal, number 35, Ryan Nocerino. And here's your Stony Brook Seawolves. The center, number 70, James Kowalski. The right winger, number 48, Nate Ray. And in goal, number 1, Scott Barnacle. At this time, we ask everyone to rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Almost time to get started here, folks, as the two teams will meet in front of their benches as both head coaches will instill one last strategy before the puck drops at center ice. We got Ryan Nocereno getting the starting nod for Drexel over Luca Burns and Jared Treat. He comes into this record in 7 games played, 5-2, but a 2.42 goals against average. Last season, he was 14-9-1, some staggering numbers for the young man representing Drexel. And as for the Seawolves, it's Scott Barnacle, a familiar face in between the pipes, as he comes into this matchup with a solid 4-2-1 record and a 2.96 goals against average, allotting over 440 minutes in net this season. So you met the starting netminders. Now all that's left is for the puck to drop.
Well, before we start the game here, we got to finish the pregame festivities. Looks like they're having a little bit of a technical issue getting the lights unrigged from the side of the glass there.
Our good pal Peter having to shut the doors.
I saw Coach Garofalo just escape from the bench to give some assistance here, but away we go here in the first period. Drexel wins the faceoff.
And Harris going to send it over. And moving up ahead, Mudrick, but he put to a stop immediately by the Seawolves, who come charging in. Cooper Smith, kick save. Nocereno, an early shot against the Dragons, nullified by Nocereno.
And Seawolves out to a fast start today.
Kozicki and Legret almost bunching up down low. Those two trying not to get in each other's ways as Drexel tries to navigate out of harm's way. Harris coughed it up. Kozicki finds Legret with the one-timer, stopped by Nocereno. 2 quick saves against the Seawolves to start it off for Nocereno.
Nocereno looking great at the start of this game here as Stony Brook gets a line change here. They're going to get the defense in just a moment here as Wenrick gets the puck deep. And Nocereno
going to go chase as Malik enters the fray now. Couldn't get a touch on that one. And Drexel tries to push it back the other way to get another shot at it once again. And this time it's sauced ahead. Nearly connects onto the stick of the leading points getter, Ryan Sambuco. He comes into this matchup averaging a point per game. A majority of Drexel players putting up some solid numbers through the first start of this season. Haskins airmailed that one over the net as Wenrick heads off to the bench. Meanwhile, play continues in the zone. Stepney pinching in there, but Drexel able to stand their ground. A lot of youth energy in the building tonight.
Yeah, definitely one of the more energetic nights we've been here at the rinks for sure. The fans going right at the puck drop.
Youth Jersey Nights is the theme for this evening. As Kowalski is going to control it behind the goal. Dylan Kowalski Down to Stepney. Kowalski. Seawolves trying to break out here. Long stretch feed, missing the stick of Nakagawa and going for icing.
2 shots on goal for the Seawolves to start here. Keys to the game for the Seawolves here is to keep the pedal down for all 60 minutes here. For Drexel, it's to try to focus on making as few mistakes and trying to take some chances to catch Stony Brook in a complacent position.
Stony Brook, fortunately, has found a lot of great success in the early goings these last few games in the first period. But has had trouble coming out of it clean. As Newman fights away at it along the boards, and here is Kowalski. Perhaps you can look at it this way, Trevor, stepping in for Mancini, taking over that veteranship on the defense for tonight. Alongside Owen Larson, as there's Valenti too. Valenti being hounded there. Drexel trying to not give up without a fight, as Tevez takes a bump there. Napoli. Tiozo. Everyone bunching up together against the boards. Wenrick, Larson racing back, trying to collect it, but he had pressure coming from the big man. For Drexel, Eisler. Another chance, fend it off. Tuozo down low, couldn't stuff it home. Barnico able to close the gap. One player descended to the ice. Drexel still working in the zone, back at the points, and pushed down low once again. Eisler sends it in front, and it's stopped by Barnico. He registers another save, and back the other way comes Puccia with a long-distance try, missing wide.
Looking to try to get something on the goal there before he goes off for the change.
Stony Brook taking advantage of the change as you get reinforcements pushing in. Kozicki couldn't stuff it home there. A great chance for the Seawolves, nullified by No Sereno.
Let's take a look at the last opportunity here for the Seawolves here. Puck right in front of the net here. Just a quick little tap there, and No Sereno there to shut it down.
No Sereno comes into this matchup with a .939 save percentage. That equates to over 260 stops alone this season. He gets his 262nd right there. Actually, no. Well, my math is off. He gets over 260 saves so far, and his numbers continue to grow. Here's Wenrick. Lost it there as Drexel couldn't calculate a play that time. Here comes Kozicki trying to chase his own feed. Kowalski has to pinch over to try to keep it in the zone. Stony Brook doing their part and doing just that. But not able to execute that time.
Drexel getting the full change here. Stony Brook will also change their offense.
There's Kowalski. Long angle feed finds DeZaro. Save. No Sereno covers up.
Take a look here at this long stretch pass here down the ice here as Stony Brook gets those fresh skaters on the ice here. Right down the ice there. 2-on-1 opportunity here. And he's going to take the shot there on goal. And No Sereno, he just shuts it down.
Looked like DeZaro was trying to pick top corner. Didn't have enough elevation on that one. And No Sereno was not fazed by it. Shot again. DeZaro denied back-to-back times by No Sereno. Cormatic. There's Urbani backhanding it one, but it couldn't get it over to his intended target as the Seawolves work in the zone. DeZaro one-timer. Knocked away by No Sereno. He registers yet another stop early in the first. Urbani lofts it out of the zone. Valenti nearly had trouble with the catch and play. And here comes Drexel going offsides.
Just barely offsides there as Drexel almost had an opportunity there for a good offensive rush.
Indeed they did, and Drexel very dangerous on the offense coming into this matchup with 46 goals for this season. Matt Harris. Actually, no, that was Adam Lazine, pardon me. And Genovese and the rest of the pack rushing back for Drexel. This one gets turned over to Nakagawa by Nocerino. Wenrick taps it in front, nearly deflected home there by Nestepny. It went out of play.
Wow, took a carom off the back glass and then out. And Stony Brook is buzzing there, looking close to getting one here, but Nocerino's been doing a fantastic job in his first period here and shutting the door.
Just a testament to the way he's been playing these last couple of seasons for the Dragons. And here's a chance off the draw, score! Kyle Nestepny with the quick trigger pull to put the Seawolves up 1-0.
And we'll take another look at that one here, right off the faceoff here. Just an absolute rip of a shot here through traffic. Catches the defenseman and redirects out, and it goes in.
5th of the year for Nestepny. Stony Brook strikes first. Drexel trying to respond. Big check. And that's a response after the goal by Lamteves.
That's keeping the foot down on the pedal. One of the keys to the game for tonight's Seawolves.
You are telling me. Lamteves. Ooh, he takes it right back that time. And it's Drexel. Looks to counteract in any way they possibly can to generate some momentum on their side. Rushing back to collect. Mara. Anthony Mara swings it back over to Kowalski. Giving back over to the Mara. Mara flips it ahead, and he's going to retreat to the bench. Meanwhile, play continues down low. Gret with a bump. Kozicki coming in to support, but neither able to get full control of the possession. Drexel can't clear it out, but then it squeaks by. Stony Brook working in the zone. What a play there. Teddy Valenti nearly on cruise control as Gret played it off the boards. Smith battling at the near wall. Gret feeds in front, couldn't connect that time with Smith. Kozicki sent the cross, couldn't be connected well that time for the Dragons. Chiozo intercepted by Legret. Nate Legret. Firing save. Rebound Kozicki. Another chance denied by Nocerino.
And Nocerino putting on a clinic tonight otherwise.
Larson Smith. And again comes DeZaro. Paul DeZaro battling against Urbani. Urbani trying to keep him at bay. And this gets shoveled out for a big clear by Drexel. Wenrick playing catch in the back and almost turning it over. And that does get turned over fully. And here's a big chance in front for the Dragons. Not enough for Drexel to score that time. But they remain in the zone. Chance from the top. Couldn't make its way through traffic. Stony Brook trying to counteract and push the other way. Cormanic, the big man, tumbles to the ice. Back up on his feet as the Seawolves have possession of the puck. Wenrick playing catch with Haskins. That's couldn't be connected to Malik. It's returned back over to the Seawolves. As Wenrick will start from the back end. Haskins. DeZaro almost bunched up there with Malik. Malik giving chase. Harris able to shield from him, or so I thought. Dragons not able to clear the zone. A wall of players coming together along the boards for an impromptu conference as the puck battle continues in that location.
Puck squirts deep.
There's Harris. Oh, trouble there that time for the Dragons to clear it out of the zone. Had a mind of its own that time, the puck that was. And now the Seawolves trying to take off here. Instead, Haskins going to lay it in. He'll retreat to the bench. New reinforcement on for the defense for Stony Brook. It's Mara back on the ice. Mara trying to get in a perfect position. Meanwhile, Stony Brook couldn't execute there. Kozitsky got it ahead, and Barnico is just going to hold up.
Yeah, we got some brilliant saves here we got to definitely take a look at here. So we'll take a quick look at some replays. First here on the Drexel side here, 2 back-to-back saves here, close in here, and then this 1-on-0 opportunity here where Barnico just gets the toe out on it.
Great chances for both squads as Stony Brook remains out on top, and we'll do it again on the face-off draw here. As I alluded to before, Ryan Sambuco coming into this matchup, leading a couple of big categories, 15 assists, 19 points in 12 games played, the most by this Dragons team of all the players on the roster. There's Sambuco again, taking the task. Mara, holding, pushing it ahead, big check. Puccio, and another hit. DiNapoli absorbed it though. Teves denied. And no Sereno. Red alerts as Kozitsky moves in the other way. Kozitsky feeds it in front. Drexel stay in the zone, and they will get afforded with a power play here on the tripping by Stony Brook.
Take a quick look here at that last sequence here. Take the hit, make the play here. Drexel throwing some good body checks here, but Stony Brook still gets away with the puck here and gets a quality scoring opportunity there with the puck deflecting up in the slot.
And that for Drexel coming into this matchup, 7 for 33 on power play attempts this season. Ranked 5th in the division for the ESCHL. Stony Brook clearing it out. One of the best penalty kill percentages averaged in the ACHA. On the ice here as Stony Brook tries to keep their lead intact. Teves in the box for 2 minutes. Drexel having trouble making their way through the neutral zone. This time they find room to push ahead. It's Harris. Kozitsky feeds it ahead. Couldn't connect there with Genovese. Harris, Genovese pinching in the corner. The captain, Harris, banks it off the boards back to Sambuco. Good shot, glove save. Barnico in play is stopped.
Take a look back there at the penalty. And there's your trip right there. That's it. That's how you sit for 2.
Absolutely, and didn't even sell it too. So
didn't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
The trip is a trip.
Oh yeah.
Looks like the net is having some issues staying in its mooring. And judging by the size of the pegs they use here, there's no surprise.
Oh yes. And it's actually important to note, right before that penalty was taken, the net did come off its moorings, but the officials did not weren't aware of it. So had they blew that whistle maybe before that penalty was called, wouldn't be in this situation. But you live and you learn. 8.5 to go here in the first. Big clear made by Stony Brook, and it's down to 55 seconds for the Drexel power play. This is Brady Doyle on the ice. And Doyle having trouble navigating out of the zone. Nakagawa playing it back. Seawolves killing off precious time for Drexel's power play.
Drexel just having trouble getting it out of their own zone here. They're just opting to skate it here.
And here come the Dragons. Right back in, pushed ahead, stopped by Barnico. Jimmy Jacobs among one of the players representing the Dragons right now, trying to make an impact. And another clear is made by Stony Brook.
You look at the shots on goal here over the past couple minutes here, and Drexel's managed to get this one a little bit tighter here with a couple shots on goal here and there, but nothing too crazy.
Here's Jimmy Jacobs, game number 12, as he enters this matchup with 6 goals under his belt. Not able to get to that time, and Wenrick is gonna boost ahead here. and throw it into the corner. Legret taking chase. Absorbs the check along the glass. Stony Brook not able to come up with the full possession. He'll get it now. Wenrick. Haskins. Wenrick again. Intercepted that time and flipped away from the neutral zone by Drexel. As Drexel continues to hound the Seawolves. Under 7 to go here in the first. Quarreling in the zone. Barnacle played it aside. Drexel trying to work something up here as Stony Brook attempts to keep him at bay. Great catch and play that time. No penalty called. Stony Brook did their part that time to defend the zone. Still playing here. Kozicki got checked hard. Legret. Another chance in front. Blocked. Friendly fire. Perhaps that time, as it may have gotten a piece of another Drexel player. This undoubtedly, it gets intercepted by Smith, who flips it ahead. Can't connect with Legret. Legret ailing to the bench as Kozicki, Kormanik gets back into the action. Malik pinching in. He wants a piece of the fun. Malik lost it there. Drexel trying to push back the other way. Chipped on ahead. Possible breakdown here. And a penalty called against Stony Brook. This will put Drexel back to the power play.
It's going to be a trip.
And it's Anthony Mara that's going to sit for 2 minutes.
Take a look here.
An ill-timed hip check by Mara.
And he's going to catch the knee there, send his players skyward, and send the referee's arm skyward as well. And this is a Stony Brook team here that's been not playing great since they put that puck in the net.
Not at all. Luckily, they were able to kill off the first power play, but what will they do here this time? Drexel trying to redeem themselves. If they're not capitalizing the last time. Stony Brook on it. And they are able to get it out of the zone. Valente dragged down that time by Harris. And it's going to go for icing.
Fortuitous icing here for the Seawolves here as they'll get a reset here in the Drexel zone. They'll take it to the right of Nocerino. And maybe try to set something up here to Stepney, to Napoli, Wenrick, and Haskins up there at the point there. Try to set up a play here, try to get a puck up to the point of a shot.
That one couldn't be, as it's sent right in by the Seawolves.
Quick change for the Seawolves offense there to get some fresh legs on the ice.
Kozicki, Anton Kozicki with speed. Kozicki playing it back. Burkhan, Sambuco through traffic, bouncing around in front. Not able to put it home. Dragons still in pursuit, denied there. Genovese, under a minute to go on the power play. The second one for Drexel this period. And may have almost gotten a third there. Fortunately, not called for tripping against Stony Brook.
Yeah, definitely some a little bit of frustration for the Seawolves, not able to kind of play the game they were playing at the start here. Drexel amping up the checking by a factor of 4 at least throughout this first period here. And I feel like the Stony Brook Seawolves have kind of backed off the gas pedal a bit. Doesn't help they've been having to spend 4 minutes in the box so far.
Not at all. Offsides warning before Valente fired that one with ferocity for a big clear. As Drexel tries to counteract with a big punch of their own.
Seawolves got to be careful dumping the puck out of the zone near their bench. At this point of the period, there's so much snow and ice jammed up there that it's slowing the puck down and prevented 2 separate clears on this power play.
Here is Jacobs. Seawolves again almost coming up with the possession as they try to clear it to finalize this penalty kill. Mara. Off to the bench. We're back to 5-on-5. Haskins. Couldn't shovel that one out. Great pressure being given here by Drexel to Stony Brook. Wenrick finds Smith. Smith finds DiNapoli. Hudson DiNapoli. Save. No Sereno. It's loose. No Sereno able to hold on as a player tumbles into the crease. That was DiNapoli and Guazine.
Take a look here at that rush again. DiNapoli with a great shot there. Rebound opportunity and unable to put it home there.
William Cormatic off the draw. Couldn't get a good chance that time. Cesaro banks it. And it's going to, out of play. Cormatic threw the hit. No penalty called.
Coach Garofalo there having to dodge out of harm's way there. Quick maneuver to his left there to avoid the puck.
I'm literally seeing, watch him take a couple of big breaths there. Can't imagine having a point of view of that. It's going to take some matrix skills to avoid that, and boy, did Garofalo present that. Sambuco. Seawolves able to push out. More stick battling in the neutral zone. Cesaro couldn't get a hold of it. Urbani, little soft roll in the zone. Larson got backhanded across. Valenti able to elude his man. Valenti. Larson coughed it up there. Oh, a fortuitous bounce. Found the pad of Barnico, and he was ready for it.
Down to 2 minutes to go in the first period here, and it's been almost all Drexel here at the second half.
They continue to work in the zone. Urbani sent it, may have gotten a redirection in front. Carver couldn't connect there with Genovese. Valenti hounded down low. Sambuco. Kozitsky. A lot of battling going on in the corner. Here comes Malik. Malik trying to lead it ahead. Can't get it over to DeZaro in time as No Sereno holds up. Tie up on the draw. Nakagawa plays it in the high slot. Stepney couldn't get a full connection on that time. Nakagawa again. He's been red hot these last few games. Him and Cormatic, the two players on the Seawolves, averaging a point per game these last couple of weeks. Final minute of play has been reached here in the first. Heavy check delivered on Mara.
Bit of a late one, but no arm raise.
Not at all. Nakagawa staying in the zone, feeds across. Nestepny looking for a second. Got tied up that time. A great opportunity not to be found by Stony Brook. Nakagawa giving chase again. Throws the hip check. Didn't get all of Burkon. And Drexel punches up ahead. Jacobs scores. And the Dragons are on the board. It's tied at 1.
And this is a case of a great play there with the hand there and just picks the corner there on Barnicow. And just like that, we're tied at 1.
Jimmy Jacobs picks up his lucky 7th. It's 7th heaven for Jimmy Jacobs in game number 12.
Play this one again here, just so you can see this. See the poke check here, misses it, and just gets a great play there with the hand. Bit of confusion here on the bench here.
So if this stays like how it is right now, we'll go to the second period tied at 1. Stony Brook trying to get one last, contact there between Smith and the goalie, no Sereno. So we get battling all on the board between the two teams. Oh, things might erupt here. You got Nate Legretz.
Big cross check there to the back of the head.
Players being separated immediately. And with the way that was unfolding, you just had a feeling something was going to burst, and Legretz leaves the fray along with his team, and the rest of the Seawolves will head off the ice. Tied at 1 with Drexel. First impressions on the period, Trevor?
Well, as we run through the highlights here, the period here, the Seawolves came out to the electric start they needed to, but somehow the engine started misfiring, and Drexel was able to start getting some opportunities here in the period, and culminates here with a pure effort goal by the Drexel Dragons here to close out the first period here. Stony Brook's got to find their anger, find their motivation, and really bring something else to the table here to start the second period.
But despite the goal given up, you have to give them credit for their penalty kill percentage for stepping up when they need them the most.
Absolutely, but those are two penalties they shouldn't have had to take.
That's true.
And you saw a little bit of anger here to close out the first period, but I think Stony Brook needs to start bringing the checking game a bit more. They got to start bringing the speed, and remember that they're a team that's been competing against the top end teams of this ACHA, where Drexel hasn't been. So that's the difference between what these teams should be doing at this point, or at least what Stony Brook should be doing. Not to take anything away from Drexel, they stuck to the game plan. They're picking apart Stony Brook's mistakes. They're taking advantage. They're doing exactly what they need to do to stay in this game. And if I'm Drexel, that's what I'm telling them in the locker room is keep looking for the mistakes, keep playing your game, keep staying disciplined, don't get into the garbage, and you'll come out with a W tonight, and you'll probably rocket up the rankings for it.
And we'll see if Stony Brook can capitalize, bounce back, and return the favor to Drexel by changing things around in the second period. We'll be back as our intermission continues here for the next 10 minutes and 20 seconds. So stay tuned, folks, for the next 20 minutes of hockey right here on Stony Brook Seawolves Hockey Live.
At Stony Brook Medicine, our gastroenterologists perform a groundbreaking procedure that restores the ability to eat, so Kevin can enjoy dining out again. Our kidney transplant team has one of the fastest transplant rates in the nation, so Pat can spend time doing what she loves. Our skilled surgeons perform robotic-assisted surgery for colon cancer, so Chris can get back to reeling them in sooner. Leading the way to make your life stronger. We are Stony Brook Medicine. All we do is all for you. At Stony Brook Medicine, our gastroenterologists perform a groundbreaking procedure that restores the ability to eat, so Kevin can enjoy dining out again. Our kidney transplant team has one of the fastest transplant rates in the nation, so Pat can spend time doing what she loves. Our skilled surgeons perform robotic-assisted surgery for colon cancer, so Chris can get back to reeling them in sooner. Leading the way to make your life stronger. We are Stony Brook Medicine. All we do is all for you.
And we welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen. Second period almost upon us as the game is tied 1-1. Stony Brook struck first, but it was Drexel who knotted things up late in the period. And here we are, knotted up one apiece with Drexel leading in shots on goal, 15-13. So Trevor, we're gonna brace ourselves here and see how and what the complexity of the landscape in this period, however it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll take a quick look here at some of the action here from the first period here. We have of course, the first Stony Brook goal here, the deflection off the face-off here. Stony Brook making some good plays here early on in the first period here. Great check there. Good saves here from Barnacow. Some good just nose down play here from the Seawolves. And then suddenly the play just turned the other way here. Stony Brook taking multiple penalties here in the first period. Gave Drexel 4 minutes of power play time. Unsuccessful, but leads to this high effort goal here from Jacobs, who puts it to the left side of Barnacow. And we're knotted at 1 here to start the second period.
And it's worth noting, even though those mistakes cost Stony Brook some penalty time, they did kill them off, and that goal did come on 5-on-5 conditions.
Correct, 5-on-5, but again, you look at the shots on goal here, and they tell a very different story about the pressure of this period. Stony Brook had everything going for them in the first half, and it was all Drexel to end the period with a late goal to give them momentum coming into the second period here.
And we'll just have to see how this period writes itself out. As Stony Brook, you know they're going to be looking for a goal within these first 5 minutes.
They're hoping for a quick start here for the Seawolves here to catch Drexel, hopefully feeling a little comfortable here, but the top line here from Drexel's back out on the ice. Goal scorer out for Drexel as well.
Evan Mudrick, James Kozicki on the faceoff draw. Carver sends it across. Urbani angles it ahead. That was touched on by Mudrick as Valenti sends it over to the far side. Stony Brook looking to break out and push up ahead. Here's Cooper Smith. Smith can't put it in front to Kozicki. Great positioning by the Dragons to hold the Seawolves off there. Drexel trying to get a hold of the possession. Foley, Jacobs, Carver. Carver taking the task by Kozicki. Stony Brook trying to stay in the zone here, but it's Harris and company pushing back the other way. The captain, Matt Harris, saved Barnacow. Another chance, and it missed wide that time off the stick of Burkhan. Stony Brook having trouble getting through the neutral zone there. Drexel almost caught the Seawolves sleeping, but
this one might go down for icing here, and
it will.
Michaelis will touch up for the icing here, and we'll face it off in the Seawolves zone.
Got Barrett Genovese in his 13th game this year, coming into this matchup with 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points. One of the many players on the Dragons who has recorded a point per game this season. And here's Kozicki.
Nifty move.
Pushing in, dangling, driving past the defense, but couldn't execute. Kozicki knifed it down low, no one home.
This cue on the change here as Seawolves are trying to get their offense changing.
They keep it in the zone, but the connection not made to Malik. Desaro controlling. Desaro almost had the puck on a string there. Haskins plays it, tried to play it to the near man. Instead, it gets cleared away by the Dragons.
So it might go down for icing here, and it will.
So the face-off draw will once again reside in Drexel's zone.
This is a group of tired Drexel Dragons on the ice here. We're trying to get a change here, and looks like equipment malfunction here for one of the Dragons here as Birkin is trying to get a new neck guard on.
I believe this Dragons team has been out on the ice for a little while, so they'll be definitely looking to get to the bench. Malik, a lot of space for Wenrick to do something here, but that gap closed ever so quickly. Watch out, Malik staying on his feet, almost crashed out of control.
Net popped off its moorings. It looks like it popped back on here. This one might be icing as well here. No, it's not.
Barnaco didn't get a touch on it. Dragons able to get their tired players off the ice. This, however, will go for icing, and this time it's Drexel who will benefit from that with the face-off draw going back in Stony Brook zone.
Indeed, definitely Drexel will finish up their change here. We'll face it off to the right of Barnaco.
Here's Nathan Steele in his 10th game of the season off the draw. And the shot by Buchanan denied by Barnaco, and we'll do it again in the right dot.
Full Seawolves change here, offense and defense. I noticed the pace of this game has been like very quick here. The referees have just been trying to make this game move as quick as they can.
You think it's the four-way system?
I don't even know if it's that. Like, I mean, I might be a little biased here after watching an NHL game and how kind of deliberate everything is from a speed and pacing perspective, but
speaking of speed, there's Nick Newman. Has some speed to his arsenal. Big man with a lot of stature, but he can fly down in front. Couldn't do it there. Mara can't connect with his intended target, Stepney. And this Lazine sending it ahead. It got deflected deep in by the Dragons' Steele.
Dangerous play out front. And
Stepney with the clear. But as you said before, yeah, it was a dangerous play that almost got the worst of Stony Brook. And once again, Drexel pounding against the Seawolves.
The turnover down low.
Buchanan, Tiozo. Buchanan roughed up there. Tiozo knocked to the ice, back up to his feet. Tiozo protecting, trying to shield from Newman. Buchanan. Players battling hard in the zone. Nakagawa couldn't get a clean hold of the possession there. Carver. Now Larson. Pinching in the neutral zone. Got Kowalski looking to take over with Larson. He connects with Nakagawa, but it couldn't be sent him over. Wamteve's fighting hard against Tiozo. This is not going to reach for icing as Larson has to go on his horse. Drexel with the possession again.
They're just getting out-efforted in their own zone here.
Kowalski position there in front. And he's going to locate it along the half wall. Can't clear it out until Lonteves and now Lucas Puccia move in with a chance, save, rebound, denied, rebound. Another missed opportunity for the Seawolves.
I don't know if that one would have counted if it would have, and there might have been some goaltender interference on that one.
Evidently, No Sereno was out of his position. Nice play here. Matt Harris to the goal. He scores. The captain delivers big, and Drexel takes over.
Only a matter of time here. Drexel had the advantage coming into this second period here. We'll play this goal here. This is just pure effort here. Great move here to get around the defenseman, and it's just a one-on-one and catches Barnaco in the slide and gets the puck past him.
He led his team in goals last season with 23 and 33 games played, and here tonight he picks up his 8th goal in game number 13 to make it a 2-1 hockey game.
Stony Brook here at a bit of an inflection point here.
Kozicki taking off with speed, trying to put himself in a good position. Legret, big chance denied by No Sereno.
And that was the only the second marked shot on goal here for the second period here for the Seawolves. All that intensity coming out of the gate pretty quick, and they've got 2 shots on goal and a goal against to show for it.
That is quite bewildering.
It's a stoic atmosphere on the Stony Brook bench right now, whereas Drexel's up on their feet. They're excited. They know what they got on their hands here, and Stony Brook needs to get on their horse.
Kozicki twisting away from pressure. Legret, Kozicki. Kozicki, another twist away. Kozicki deals it back to the point. Mara shifting over. Kozicki fires over the net. Almost took out the cage of one of the Drexel players. That was Mikolas had to watch out there.
Full changes here on both sides, or at least the seeing a defensive change here on the Drexel side. See what kind of look here Stony Brook get off the faceoff.
Barrett Genovese cleared away, and off to the races goes Kozicki with speed to the goal. Backhand denied by Scott Barnico. And we'll see if that generates some momentum for the Seawolves as Barnico stands tall against the speedy Kozicki. Drexel, though, still in the zone until Cormatic pushes them out. And here comes DeZaro.
2-on-1 if they hurry.
Malik denied by No Sereno.
Malik looking a little banged up after that one.
Turnover here, but Drexel maintains and clears it out until Stony Brook gives it right back in. Harris, Doyle. And back comes Steele with the Dragons. Denied by Barnico. But Karen couldn't feed it in front. Players bunching up, and Barnico may have gotten a piece of that with his stick. Haskins. Smith, Kozicki with Legret. Legret barreled hard by Urbani. Legret looking for redemption here. Watch out, he's a man seeing red at this moment.
Stony Brook Seawolves got to start putting the red filters on here tonight. They're just getting out checked all over the ice. We'll take a look at one of the good opportunities here off the faceoff here from Drexel here. This was the sky the puck out of the zone, get your fast guy out of the zone here, and get a good opportunity here. Doesn't quite go, but still one of the better opportunities of this game.
Hey, for effort, right?
Hey, listen, right now, Drexel's getting top marks for effort in this game.
A good report card is showing for the Dragons.
We'll see if the academics follow up.
Stony Brook still with plenty of time to change the narrative here in the second period and get themselves back on the right footing. We get a penalty. High sticking is called.
See if we can catch that. That was in our blind spot here. Take a look again here at the call. And, yep, absolutely. That's getting the stick up in the air.
That was like a 2-4. Got a stick up in the air, and he tried to, and he was piggybacking him.
And Legret will sit for 2.
I was looking at the Drexel player. Legret in the box. And Stony Brook. Oh, Burkhan took a tumble there. He's back up to his feet. Stony Brook about to begin their third penalty kill of the evening. Harris on the ice, dangerous and loaded. Harris right after Nakagawa. Genovese. Sambuco with a toss, save, Barnico. Another opportunity, Burkhan denied by Barnico, who holds up.
Barnico has been keeping the Seawolves in this one.
Right now, Dragons struggling to capitalize on the man advantage. As I pointed out before, this their third opportunity of the evening. Here they are working in the zone, trying to extend their lead by 2. Stony Brook trying to remain perfect on the penalty kill. There's Kozitsky aiming for redemption. He missed out the last time. Sambuco denied rebound, and Stony Brook can't clear it out. Sambuco with the keep. Here's Genovese, Barrett Genovese. Sambuco from the top, save Barnico. Came loose, but he immediately covered it up.
Managed just to corral that one even through traffic there. But Stony Brook's going to have to be more than perfect on penalty kills tonight. They're going to have to try to see if they can send one on the PK here.
It's going to take someone to do just that, and maybe that someone is Kyle Nestepny, the penalty kill specialist. He's got the speed ready to take off when the opportunity presents itself.
You saw it right there. He was ready to, looking for the pick there.
Drexel down low in the corner. They work back at the point. Doyle lost it. Kozicki. Here's Nestepny behind in the trailer. Kozicki can't burst past Doyle. Doyle, great job there to prevent Kozicki from getting by him.
Yeah, great stick on the stick-on-stick action to break that potential 2-on-1 up.
Kozicki not giving up without a fight. Now it's Evan Mudrick with the puck. As we close in on the 10-minute mark of this period. Half a minute to go on the power play for Drexel, and offsides is called.
Probably one of the better looks there on the PK there for Stony Brook. Unfortunately, unable to make that 2-on-1 manifest. But at the end of the day here, it's this is a Stony Brook penalty kill that's kept Drexel at bay so far.
Cormanic unable to win the draw, and now Drexel evidently.
Nakagawa with some effort here.
Nakagawa entangled with one of the Dragons, and here's Drexel up ahead. Saves Scott Barnico. Drexel staying alive in the zone. Sambuco, one-timer. Burkhan missing wide. Mudrick, 5 seconds to go on the power play for Drexel. Stony Brook can't clear it out. Nakagawa pushing ahead.
He's got room.
He slows down, plays it in the corner. Nice design! Almost benefiting Desaro.
Great turnover.
Cormanic keeping it alive as Smith rushed over to try to get a hold of the possession. Larson. There's Smith. Cooper Smith in front. Newman got a tap on it, but not enough to get it past Nocerino. Aerial pass, not there to Kozitsky. Here's Desaro again. Couldn't get by, and this is gonna go, no, not for icing, instead of cover up by Barnico.
Yeah, you got to give a shout out there to Burkhead over there on the Drexel Dragons there in that last play, getting his skate just out enough to tap that puck out to the side there and get that puck out of harm's way to break up the offensive opportunity.
This will bring out Nicholas Todorov on the draw here with Chiozo and Eisler hammering down against Stony Brook. Seawolves trying to clear the zone. Kozicki. Here's Larson. Nate Legret. Blasting in, and offsides called.
Yeah, Kozicki just a step ahead.
A game of mere inches.
Crowd settled down here at the rinks here as they're kind of waiting for what happens next in this game. Drexel kind of been running away with it in the pressure and the shots department here, 26-18. Stony Brook wins the draw.
Cormanic, now Wenrick, and here's Haskins with the possession. Connecting with Nakagawa, who finds Desaro. Great give and go play. Paul Desaro peeling away from pressure. Desaro staying in control. Now it's handled by Haskins at the top. Down low in front. Great puck work here. Cormanic save, net dislodged. And Osoreno gotta be thinking that happens.
Oh, absolutely. That was quite a sequence there for the Seawolves here. Take a look at the last sequence here. Oop. Maybe not. There we go. We'll take a look at that last sequence there. Puck comes out, but the kick to get down knocked the net off the mooring there, and we'll have the Seawolves face it off here.
Cormanic banks it back to Haskins, but it gets by Haskins and leads to Jimmy Jacobs entering the zone. He's going to get there first. Wenrick meets him in the corner. Here's Harris sending it over to the far side. Mudrick back to the point. Chance from the top. Players getting in front. Another chance pushed aside by Barnico. And he gets a piece of the again.
Yeah, keep an eye on Wenrick. Mixing it up with Jacobs.
There's no Sereno in the back. Here's Doyle. Met up there with Molfetto. Quiet evening for him. Stony Brook trying to come alive here. Not able to do just that. It's worth noting, Eddie Molfetto scored his first career goal against this very same Dragons team last season for the Seawolves. So perhaps he could be the spark that puts Stony Brook back in the right direction.
Offsides is the call there. Harris unable to corral that in time.
Ryan Osoreno taking some time to adjust his equipment. Pads coming off. He's going to fix those before we get the next face-off draw underway.
He's got the entire goal pad off right now.
So this is going to cause a...
Usually they're pretty lenient with the goaltender equipment adjustments, but...
So this obviously caused
effectively a free timeout.
Yeah, an extended delay, but it's now all under order. We can drop the puck once again. 7.5 to go. Drexel running away with shots on goal, 27-19, as they command the 2-1 lead here in the second. Here they are trying to catch Stony Brook off guard once again. Seawolves can't clear the zone. Sambuco, kick save, Barnico. Burkon just missed, keeping it in.
Played offside, Drexel touch up.
Kowalski, Legret lost it there. It continues to bounce around the neutral zone. Kozicki delivered hard that time on the hip check by Burkhan.
Kozicki not happy about it. He's going to throw a little cross check behind the play.
Legret battling hard down low. Takes a man down. Kozicki back in the mix. And he shoves with ease his man to the ice before getting it over to Napoli. And it's cleared away by Drexel. Owen Larson tried to chip it back forward. Instead, it's Drexel keeping the Seawolves at bay. Getting back in the zone. Kozicki got hammered, and he gives it back, and that's going to take him out of the play.
And we've got a penalty here against Drexel, and I don't know about this one, but
you have it on replay, Trevor.
We got it. You know we do.
I know.
Take a look here, and right there, you see it right at the top middle of your screen there. Very hard to see, but the Drexel player went down, and Seawolf went over top, and that caused the hand raise. It was very similar to the early penalty called against the Seawolves earlier today, but...
So Anton Kozicki sitting for 2 minutes, and this power play opportunity, the first of the night, is brought to you by Stony Brook Orthopedic Associates. The Seawolves trying to tie it up with their first opportunity on the man advantage this evening. Crowd riled up as the Seawolves try to make something happen here. Wenrick DeZaro. Cormanic, open lane. Glove save and a beauty. Brian Nocerino.
And a lot of good puck movement here for the Seawolves here, but in a wide open lane here. So much space here. They're just trying to pick that top corner there and unfortunately unable to do so. Nocerino. Little pop off there and go off. That was a good grab.
Almost took out Michael Urbani in the process. He was putting himself in quite the spot there. DeZaro. Down low. Nakagawa. In front. A jam up. Nakagawa plays it to the near man. Near wall. Cormanic. Wenrick through traffic. Save. Loose in front. Going to be cleared away. Wenrick. Cormanic. Those two play catch. DeZaro. Wenrick. DeZaro. Trying to set up the 1T. Wenrick over the nets. And just missing Nakagawa, who is ready to pick up the rebound if it went loose.
And Nakagawa shut down on that opportunity there with a good grab from Nocerino to stop the play here. Both teams will get a full change of their lines here. We got a minute to go in the Stony Brook Orthopedic Associates power play.
Owen Larson lined up in the back. Here's Smith getting it to Larson. And they set it back at the top. High slot, Malik. Save, rebound, and Legret couldn't jam it home there.
Nocerino quick on the glove there. Legret, unfortunately, a microsecond too late.
50 seconds to go here on the power play for Stony Brook. There's Christian Malik lined up in the dot. Legret giving chase. Takes a bump. Larson. Cooper Smith. Larson. Smith. Haskins not in the right place to receive that feed. As Smith finds himself in Stony Brook's zone. Smith. Malik. The Cavalry moving right back in, but can't get past Drexel, who comes up with another major clear.
Second kill unit here for the Dragons, coming up big here. Down the last 10 seconds here.
One last play, perhaps here for Stony Brook special teams.
In
before
transition.
this becomes 5-on-5. Doesn't happen there. Instead, it's Drexel.
And an odd man rush.
Moving right back into familiar territory. Kozitsky back in the action after serving the penalty. Here's Legret. Him and Kozitsky were the guys going at it. That led to Kozitsky getting the penalty. Stony Brook patiently trying to set something up. Almost turned over again as Legret and the Seawolves move right back in through the neutral zone. It's sent over across as Puccia had to kick it, and before getting it over to Newman, who sends it back over to Puccia. Puccia, turnaround try, denied, rebound, loose, save. Actually, might have gotten a touch there. As Doyle taken the task by Puccia. Sambuco. Ryan Sambuco avoiding disaster, or so I thought. Almost got fully by the Seawolves. He remains in the zone. As Drexel was able to keep it there, and Sambuco not getting out unscathed that time. Stony Brook struggling to push ahead. Watch out! Heavy hip check thrown without the stick by Burkhan on Newman. Burkhan, a man on a mission, trying to take out everyone in his path.
He's been doing all the right things all around the ice this game.
Here's Mudrick. Seawolves keeping the Dragons at bay, but still having trouble capitalizing on these many opportunities they've gotten this period. As DeZaro tries to pickpocket his man to no avail. Larson couldn't spike it back the other way. You get players pinned up against the boards in the neutral zone. Burkhan. Once again, Drexel pressuring Harris. And you can definitely sense you can definitely feel, oh! And
big hit there. And
Justin
Nakagawa's
Nakagawa
down.
is hurt. And thankfully
like
he's back up on his feet.
Take a look at that last one here. Now, we're slowing this one down here just because it was a little bit of a, was this onside, was it offside? And it looked like he was onside. It looks like Nakagawa actually managed to keep it onside here.
So let's see.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. I was waiting for the arm to come up.
I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised the one against the Seawolves didn't get called, and I'm very surprised that one didn't get called because that was an arm against the numbers.
Obviously not my department to give my opinion on. As Drexel stays the fight away here in this zone. In this game, they are up 2-1. And you can obviously feel the absence of Mancini and Gately on the defense impacting the Seawolves as those two heavy men not in the lineup tonight. And we've reached the final minute of play here in the second.
Stony Brook coming alive a little bit here at the back end of the second.
Offsides signals. Drexel able to push it out.
And that'll be
icing.
icing.
Go for icing, yep. And that's going to put some tired Dragons in a very precarious position as they'll have to take the draw in their zone first before they can get back to the bench.
Full line change here for the Seawolves. 41.5, probably the best opportunity they're going to get in this period. We'll see if the Dragons opt for the timeout. Doesn't look like it.
Tizarro and Larson. And Tizarro takes a plunge as Drexel's able to clear it away. They quickly work in the zone, in the neutral zone before Larson sends it right back in. Almost knocked it out of play as Nocerino plays it to the near wall. Newman banged against the boards. Newman
takes the hit, makes the play.
He's in the ringer right now.
Down to the last 7 seconds.
Valenti taking the task heavily there as he got it in. Nastepny throwing away. Newman couldn't bat it on as the buzzer sounds. And we're done with 2 periods of play with Drexel on top 2-1. And Trevor, fire up the replays. We got some things to look over.
Well, we're going to play the one that's the most important here, and that's going to be the Drexel goal here.
It's Matt Harris. And this was the first period goal.
Apologies there. That was one, and then actually dig this one up here because I didn't label it.
Well, that goal equally important as this one because that's 2 unanswered goals for Drexel. So this is the one from the second period.
And that's just, if I needed a 5-second clip to personify this game in progress so far, it would be that. Stony Brook has unfortunately been kind of stuck in a bit of a rut here. And it's hard to really come up with words to describe here what they need to do aside from get the car back in gear and start pushing. First half of the period, the Stony Brook Seawolves felt like they were still stuck in neutral. Drexel kept the gas pedal down, had some great pressure. Leads to the game-leading goal. And we'll play some chuck-a-buck here on the ice, and we'll take a break. And when we come back, Stony Brook will make an attempt here to come back and possibly take this one here at the rinks. But It's going to be a tough one. So with that, we'll take a break. We'll come back in about 10 minutes here. You're watching Stony Brook Hockey here on YouTube.
At Stony Brook Medicine, our gastroenterologists perform a groundbreaking procedure that restores the ability to eat, so Kevin can enjoy dining out again. Our kidney transplant team has one of the fastest transplant rates in the nation, so Pat can spend time doing what she loves. Our skilled surgeons perform robotic-assisted surgery for colon cancer, so Chris can get back to reeling them in sooner. Leading the way to make your life stronger. We are Stony Brook Medicine. All we do is all for you.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The referees are assembling the nets as the third period is about to start imminently.
At Stony Brook Medicine, our gastroenterologists perform a...
We're going to look at the replay here again from one of the goals. The latest goal, which was scored by Drexel's Matt Harris. As Stony Brook about to return to the ice in just a few moments.
A bit of a rough period here for the Seawolves. Not a lot really to walk away from this except for some good pressure at the end of the second period. But Drexel has come out to play the game, and Stony Brook has seemingly not. And it's not to knock against the Seawolves. It's Drexel has come out and they've been playing their necessity better than Stony Brook has been playing theirs. And it's going to come down to Stony Brook coming out with a strong third period here, skating fast, staying smart, not taking penalties, and trying to find some extended pressure in the Drexel zone to flip the script on this one, because otherwise we might be sending the Seawolves fans home in a shocked state here.
That is not what the Seawolves can afford going into the final stretch of the calendar year before the second half ramps up.
Indeed. Still no changes here on the net on either side, not to be expected anyway, as both goaltenders have been doing their job. Barnicow doing what he can to keep the Seawolves up in this game.
Barnicow, you did allude to, has been stellar despite the goals given up. But we got 20 more minutes of hockey to see if things can change for the good as Stony Brook trails Drexel by 1 goal.
Puck looked like it got stuck on a bit of a wet piece of ice there.
Also, another thing you alluded to, the conditions of the ice. They're going to change ever so quickly the more and more the period goes by. There's Nakagawa putting on the brakes in front as Drexel looks to counteract the other way. No icing here, giving Harris a chance to put pressure here on the Seawolves. Doesn't do much that time. Kowalski sends it ahead. Kormanek nearly scored last period. It's being tugged there. Tizarro pinching in the help. Finds Nakagawa! And that shot stunned No Sereno, who took it right off the mask. Point blank, and No Sereno wasn't phased. Tizarro. Watch out here. Stony Brook rushing back to keep Sambuco at bay. Now Genovese comes back into the mix with a hit on Haskins. DiNapoli can't get by with his speed as it's tossed right back in. Valenti tried to recollect cleanly. Now Sambuco pinching in, keeping in the zone. Kozitsky. High stick and called here. It's going to be touched by Genovese to stop play.
Take a look here at that shot there from Nakagawa. As probably one of the better opportunities he's had today. And right off the mask there and out of harm's way.
That'll sure do damage on the equipment. And I'm surprised the strings on the mask didn't come apart with that shot.
They don't always, the straps don't always come off, but it's always something you want to check as a goaltender.
There's Smith down low. Cooper Smith controlling, got it back to Valenti. Valenti can't get it by as Newman battles down low. Absorbs pressure. Newman couldn't stuff it home on the wraparound chance. The Stepney finds Newman. Nick Newman. Stony Brook not able to generate something there. Drexel not able to do the other way either. Valenti. Watch out, Smith able to avoid disaster. Stony Brook's going to get the possession right back as Drexel couldn't jump on to get the control. Here's Kowalski. Almost shook by Shield. Or Steele. As Nakagawa pinches in to keep it in the zone. Nakagawa. Adam Lazine. Send it forward. And here's the Dragons pushing back in with a chance to save Barnico. Another opportunity from the trailer, swiped away in the glove of Barnico to stop play.
And Barnico up to 28 shots against, 26 saves. Stony Brook really not able to really move the needle so far this period. A lot of back and forth play, but we'll see if as the time ticks down here, as the desperation kicks in, what changes Coach Garofalo is going to make on the lines.
Haskins plays it to the near man. Legret spins it over. Kozicki racing for the hit that time as Lazine plays it behind. Quick puck movement down low by the Dragons. Here's Wenrick. He'll try to deliver it back in the zone, which he does. Legret. Kozicki pinned up against the boards. Karen able to find Steele, who's going to push it further ahead as the Dragons come close to answering once again. Lindvall positioning himself, almost pulling the trigger. Lindvall can't connect there with Steele. Great positioning by the Seawolves to clear it out. Lindvall, an aggressive sauce denied by Barnico. Haskins eluding to one man as Burkhan spins it back the other way, but back into the hands of the Seawolves it goes. Valenti, Puccia, roughed up there. Wamteves on the gas. As he tries to make an impact. Valenti. Another clear made by Drexel. Owen Larson. Valenti. Couldn't connect there. Puccia rushing over. Throwing that one in the zone. Lost his stick in the process. He's going to get it right back. Meanwhile, Drexel is trying to keep the Seawolves at bay. They came crashing in there. Here's Malfetto. Could he be the game changer for Stony Brook and provide the spark needed to bring back the Seawolves in this hockey game? Oh, Cormatic and Urbani entangled there. Cesaro engaging with one of the Dragons. Harris able to brace for the hip check that time. As Kowalski is able to squirt free from everyone coming after him. Kowalski back in the zone. Dylan Kowalski. One-man show pushed away that time as Nakagawa descended to the ice. Kowalski positioning himself at the point. Nakagawa. And it's cleared away by the Dragons. Anthony Mara racing back. Mara got it ahead. Nakagawa angles it across. Couldn't connect cleanly with Newman as Wenrick controls it. Colin Wenrick with a chance denied off the leg of Lazine, and the rebound is swallowed up by Nocerino.
Wenrick there taking an opportunity there and probably embodying what the Seawolves really need to do here in this state of the game here. Skate the puck in, get a shot on net, chase the rebound, maybe something happens.
We'll see if at any point something does happen for Stony Brook. They've struggled to
Just
get
get
even
shots on
here.
goal.
Exactly. They've struggled to get even here with the Dragons ever since the goal by Nestepny early in the first.
Kind of reminding me a bit of the Rangers game the other night, where the Rangers basically fell asleep for the first 5 minutes of the game, and then it was just all them. A very reminiscent play here.
Here's Haskins getting it ahead. DiNapoli touched it back to Kozicki. Kozicki trekking back into the zone, flying down the wing, squirted it across. DiNapoli sliding out of control, back on his feet. Kozicki battling hard. Legret denied by Nocerino as he shut the door on Nate that time. Drexel pushing back the other way. Kozicki will draw the penalty. It's the fourth one of the night Stony Brook has committed. And I assume we got a replay on tap for the latest save, Trevor.
Oh, yeah, we got the save, and then we got the penalty here. And caught a little flat-footed here, and the stick comes across there, and you feel that stick tap come across your legs, and you know the ref's there, and you let the gravity take over.
Valenti tried to clear it out. Almost. And now Cormanic with a chance, denied, rebound, and Nocerino holds up.
Yeah, Stony Brook knows they have to get aggressive, so expect to see them trying to make a rush or make a play to try to jump a guy out of the zone, even on the penalty kill here. They've been very successful in the kill and shutting down Drexel, and now I think with this fourth opportunity, this is going to be Stony Brook's looking to try to take advantage.
Stony Brook has been perfect, although on the penalty kill here tonight. And here come the Dragons back in the zone. Sambuco, Kozicki. Anton Kozicki working in the location where the possession resides. Kozicki. High slot chance, Harris, big block made by Kozicki to stop play.
Yeah, Kozicki there with a big stop with the block there. We'll take a look at that again. That was laying out for the game. And right off the skate blade it looked like, and that went skyward.
Skate save and a beauty. Back at the point it goes. But Karen denied. Barnico got the blocker on it, and he gets another save there. And it's bouncing around, and it went wide a third time.
And net off the mooring there. Got to take a look at that sequence one more time here. Puck up in the air. Barnico doesn't see it immediately. And then another chance here. Ping pong, and the net goes off.
Evan Mudrick on the draw here against Kozicki. That draw won by Drexel evidently, and the save made by Barnico with the kick flare that time.
Barnico just getting the stop there, so Stony Brook can contemplate a change here. Looks like Stepney's coming on the ice to replace Nakagawa.
Stepney.
I think the plan is maybe to kind of spring Nakagawa at the end of the penalty here.
He got into Stepney, ready to burst when the opportunity presents itself. Meanwhile, it's the Dragons circling behind.
Oh, DiNapoli with a great step there.
Yes, indeed. But Drexel gets in the zone, but not able to do that much.
Drexel's been doing a pretty good job of getting into the zone here. Stony Brook needs to try to do a better job of anticipating the play. And, I mean, it sounds very high and mighty to say that from up here in a game that moves as fast as hockey does, but
Absolutely.
in a way, that's the only way I think Stony Brook's going to try to steal one here on the PK.
Back the other way comes Drexel.
With speed, but offside.
Offsides. Not enough for Kozitsky to spring in and get a chance. .11:05 to go here in regulation.
Still plenty of time.
Absolutely.
You can see there's a lot of anticipation here on the Seawolves bench here. There's guys up on the bench ready to make the change.
And Jackson Haskins is ready to leave the penalty box shortly. And back on the ice comes
DeSaro's going to come on the ice.
DeSaro, yes. Burkhan fakes the drive. Genovese couldn't pull the trigger. Almost led forward by Stony Brook, who continues to have trouble getting out of the zone. This leads to Sambusko almost stuffing it home. DeSaro fended off his man, and this leads to Justin Nakagawa. Moving in with a chance, sending it wide. Nakagawa finds open man Haskins. Couldn't get a strong shot off that time. Nakagawa.
No penalty there.
Now Wenrick controlling. Colin Wenrick deals it back to the point. Haskins couldn't get it through traffic that time. Sambuco working past Haskins with a chance. Couldn't get all of it. And he gets railed into the boards. Haskins trying to evade pressure and get past everyone.
Offside there for the Seawolves. They get back on side.
Carver, as it was stolen by Newman, Nick Newman. Finds Nestepny. There's Newman. Drexel counteracting again. Nestepny hustling hard back to prevent the Dragons from executing. Newman and Anthony Mara able to recollect it. There's Mara again with Kowalski in the back end. Almost got turned over in a dangerous location there. Sent forward, Cooper Smith. Kowalski again, gonna recollect. Kowalski trying to set it back in motion, which he does. Can connect cleanly with Kozicki. Kozicki
gets a glove on
top of it. Almost set up Valenti there. He was opening up for a slapper. Instead, it's Harris with a chance, and that got blocked. Lazine moves in. Oh, this is going to be knocked out of play.
And that'll be a souvenir for a fan downstairs. Got a full set of change here. Down to 8:11 to go. Stony Brook slowly chipping away at the shots on goal here, but not able to really sniff close to the net tonight.
Not at all. And it's just a testament to how aggressive this Drexel team has been, but it can also be a case of Stony Brook just not getting those opportunities, not executing when it meant most.
And Nakagawa unable to beat the icing out here and set themselves up here for a face-off down in their own zone.
8 minutes to go here in the third. Mudrick on the dot. Cormatic meets him there. Mudrick plays it down low. Couldn't connect with Jimmy Jacobs. Owen Larson. There's Mudrick. Mudrick back to the point. Burkhan couldn't get it through traffic. Nakagawa giving chase. Add DeSaro, and he's controlling. Paul DeSaro looking to pull the trigger. Couldn't do it there. Mudrick in the zone, re-engaging with the Seawolves. Jacobs can't connect with Mudrick. as Stony Brook is able to control the possession fully. They continue to have trouble receiving feeds and breaking ahead.
Breakout has kind of been a point of contention here for the Seawolves today, as they've been almost getting in their own way and not able to make that first clean pass out of the zone. And that's been causing headaches and nightmares for them all day.
And again, Drexel just reading a lot of these breakout designs, doing everything in their power to prevent it from happening.
No icing there as
Colin Wenrick blows a tire, but then gets back up to his feet, maintains control of the possession. At least Stony Brook did, as again a near full turnover as Lindvall got it back in deep. 6.5 to go here in the third. Turnover, Lindvall, score. 3-1 Drexel.
There's a dagger, that's it. Take a look at this one here. Nice and slow here. Looking for the breakout pass here. We'll put it right in the middle here. It goes right off the skates there of none other than Lindvall, who has all the time and day to take that shot there, where Barnekow is just not expecting it. And this is going to go down as probably one of the big head scratchers of the season.
The long waits for Lindvall to get his first goal of the season is over. And it comes here in game number 13. Mara can't connect with Smith.
And Stony Brook here is fortunately day late, dollar short on much of the action tonight.
A stick becomes an obstacle in the zone. Smith battling against Genovese. Kozetsky working in the zone here. Anton Kozetsky lost it. Puccia, Cooper Smith can't get it ahead to Puccia. Drexel doing their part at preventing the Seawolves from capitalizing. No icing here again, and that's going to benefit Drexel. Fresh line change for them. Sent right back in by DeZaro. Out of his net. Now Sereno back in position as Drexel tries to keep the Seawolves at bay here. They lead comfortably by 2. Centering feed almost squirted through off that time. DeZaro in front. A man descended to the ice. That was Larson, and No Sereno holds up.
I don't think No Sereno had it.
No.
He absolutely didn't have it there.
Okay.
So a bit of a head scratch there from the Seawolves side of things, and this is the closest that they've gotten this entire game here. Dances across the goal line and wide. Down to 4:49, and I feel like Justin Nakagawa is going to be a very busy man for the next 4.5.
Wenrick. And you can definitely feel as I said before, you can definitely feel the absence of Gately and Mancini not being in the lineup and how much of an impact it has had in a negative way for Stony Brook. Not having that leadership, and also just like that big stature, the big physical presence on the back end.
Well, at the end of the day, college hockey is all about next man up. And today, the Seawolves have been out-checked. They've been out-efforted. There have been moments of brilliance, but they got to string a few of them together.
Stony Brook trying to exude some brilliance here late. Maybe get one goal so they can have some purpose to pull the net, give themselves a chance here. But it's Drexel once again.
A great anticipation there from Wenrick.
Here's Wenrick. Colin Wenrick wrap around, not able to put it home.
He was trying to get that onto Kazicki's stick there, but unfortunately he was tied up. But, I mean, I got to tip my hat to Wenrick, who's been playing both sides of the puck very well tonight.
Larson has it again, 3.5 to go in regulation. swiftly saucing that one in before it's sauced the other way. Valenti. Seawolves not able to get full control in the neutral zone. Newman. Nick Newman, the Stepney. Valenti opens up with the one-timer. No Sereno ready for it. Again, another one-timer. No Sereno got a piece of it with the blocker.
Yeah, Valenti there with 2 howitzers there, and probably some of the better shots on goal attempted from the point all night.
Valenti back to the bench. Back on the ice. Mara. Anthony Mara. With a shot there. Not enough to get by No Sereno. Instead, it goes for a clear by Drexel, and this is gonna...
Icing.
Yes, barely. And that will put Drexel's current line in a precarious position. They'll get...
And the fastest timeout
ice.
I've ever seen. So Drexel will take their timeout here to get the change that they desperately need here. And honestly, it's a no-doubter.
Of course, smart strategy for Drexel. Tired players needing a breather. For Stony Brook, we couldn't have asked for a better time to try to figure out something. And although time has run out for something to maybe come into fruition.
Drexel already skating back out to the circle there. Vegs is drawing something up there for the Seawolves to try to make something happen here. 2:32. You try to get something here, then you pull Barnicow and try to make some magic happen. But maybe Barnicow is already coming to the bench here. Nope, not quite.
Nope.
Just kidding, he is.
Okay, so
empty net here for the Seawolves.
And this will make it 6-on-5 hockey. We'll just have to see if the desperation pays off for Stony Brook.
And
Harris,
so far,
here's Kozicki. A lot of white jerseys on the ice all of a sudden.
that's what a 6-on-5 will do for you. Stony Brook only 1 power play today, and they looked pretty good on it on the first half of it.
Wenrick firing, save, rebound, and Drexel manages to clear it out of harm's way.
Will it be an icing, though? It will be.
It will be. And the Dragons' current line will stay on the ice. Stony Brook getting a chance here with this big face-off draw as we've reached the pinnacle of this hockey game. About
All
2
comes
minutes
down to
to go.
this.
Yep. Nick Newman. Pizarro. Got it across. Nakagawa. Wenrick. Pizarro.
Pass is not clean at all.
1:42. And the clock continues to wind down here. Almost near disaster in the zone. Wenrick. And another clear made by Drexel.
Stony Brook is going to get a different look here with some new forwards, new defensemen.
Here's Kozicki. Couldn't get it to go for Kormanek. Kozicki. Plays it back to the point. Nakagawa, Kowalski. Final minute of play has been reached. One player dumped in front, that was Kozicki. And another clear, I believe that was inadvertently done by Stony Brook. The race
No icing.
No icing. Another dangerous pass in the zone. 40 seconds and counting down. Malik.
Malik is going to lose the puck and run offside.
And
Stony Brook will now call a timeout.
Seawolves.
I think this has been little too late for the Seawolves here in terms of ramping up the effort. Been looking good for the past couple minutes, but looking good and losing by 2 is unfortunately the reality.
And we can definitely confirm the reality of tonight for Stony Brook. What's hurt them the most is their inability to nab those breakouts. It's hurt them plenty.
The basics have been hurting Stony Brook all season, whether it's been defensive zone turnovers. In this particular game, I think breakout has been a pretty core issue for Stony Brook. Unable to make a clean pass, get out of the zone. Even in the 6-on-5 here, 3 missed passes in a row led to the puck getting dumped out of the zone. Now, against a stronger opponent, it might have been 1 missed pass and it's a puck in the net. But this is a Stony Brook team that I think they gotta dig deep and try to find something.
Stony Brook, Nakagawa, and he got belted from behind there by Urbani. That's the second time in this game Nakagawa has been on the receiving end of a check by Urbani that perhaps is questionable.
At the end of the day, Stony Brook wasn't throwing any checks of themselves. Puck comes down. We're down to 5 seconds. And I think that's going to be it. No, we're going to, for formalities, we're going to drop the puck with 2.2 to go.
2.2, and for folks that are watching it right now, this is the last home broadcast until the new year. As Stony Brook will end the calendar year with one last road trip and then a big long break before we get it back up in the second half. And it's Drexel victorious tonight, 3-1, as the Dragons players come onto the ice to celebrate, with at least one Stony Brook player, Nick Newman, being escorted away from that area.
Well, for Stony Brook, this is definitely going to be one of the ones that they have to go back and kind of take a look at how they got to this place in this game and take it back to the drawing board. A game on paper they should have won and probably won relatively big. And instead, as a 3-1 well-earned victory from Drexel. They came out here tonight and they scored some high-effort goals and took advantage of Stony Brook mistakes. And we'll take a quick look here at the goals from tonight here, all 4 of them. Here we'll start off here with the Stony Brook goal here right off the face-off. Great tic-tac-toe play, and then immediately following, it's just high-effort goals here from Drexel here from the turnover there and the neutral zone to a great breakout play here, leading to a one-on-one opportunity. Clean beating of the goaltender there. And then finally the turnover here with a wide-open chance in front. And that'll do it here for the Seawolves here for tonight, for their home games for this year. For everybody here at the Seawolves Hockey Broadcast, we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, every other holiday that might happen between now and New Year's, Happy New Year. We won't be seeing you till January.
Wow,
so,
2025.
Happy Boxing Day.
Happy Cyber Monday. All the holidays, we're wishing you the very best, as Stony Brook is going to head up to Syracuse in next week, and then they'll wrap up the year with another road weekend against Delaware, and that will be it until we start up again January 18th when Stony Brook hosts Delaware for a doubleheader weekend, and we'll have the privilege to call those games. But for now, we're gonna wrap things up. Say thank you for tuning in. So long. Good night. Mike Calandra, Trevor Magnani, Jacob Koch, saying so long. Good night. Get home safe if you're here, and thank you all for tuning in. Good night.